I'm starting a new series and it's called Cartoon Downgrades. This series is better than the start with this one, Thundercats. I'm not even gonna act like I watched the original series. I heard it was lit, I just didn't watch it. But the 2011 version though? Man, I watched this every Saturday morning, not even gonna lie to you. The fights in this show was just god tier, man. Like, they were beautiful. Where the way they use the Sword of Omens in this show, it could do so much stuff, man. I want to know everything. I know everybody and their mama who watched this show screamed out, Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats! Oh! Panthro was my favorite character. Umbra was an amazing villain, highly underrated. The Thunder Tank, I'm pretty sure can take on the Batmobile. And then came 2020 and I want a barf. Who asked for this? Who asked for Thundercats Roar? It's just utter garbage. Look at this. Why are we pandering to kids so hard? I just don't understand. Can we please get back to quality? This is so dumb. Thundercats, no. I don't even want to finish this video. Get this off my screen. Cartoon Downgrades Part 2. Let's get into it. Oh, we gotta talk about Ben 10. Like I've said in previous videos on talking about this, I love this series. It got me into superheroes because it was just that iconic. The original series was just full of great characters, iconic fights, and amazing plot lines and stories. Alien Force held it down, bruh. The series gave us back-to-back alien hits like Humongosaur, Alien X, and amazing redesigns for the classics we love. Ultimate Alien answered the question, what would happen if the transformations had their own transformations? Ultimate Humongosaur had to be my absolute favorite, bruh. Bruh, even the classics got their ultimate forms too, and they were epic! See, I was one of the few people who didn't actually have a problem with Omniverse's redesign. I liked it. The series blessed us with one of my favorite heroes, Feedback. This series needs to be burned with fire. Bruh, look what they did to my boy Stinkfly. Bruh, how did y'all stray so far from God? Ugh! The only credit I will give this abomination is that he turns into Vilgax. Even this is ugly. Cartoon Downgrades Part 3. Bakugan Battle Brawlers. This show made every cartoon morning worth waking up for. The original series theme was always slapping. Stacked against you, backs against the wall, gotta give it your Real with you, the show was like Yu-Gi-Oh mixed with Digimon. I mean, like, come on, don't tell me you don't see the influences of those shows in this. Unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Dragonoid would whip anybody outside of his series. This man evolved like 17 times. Worst part about it, that's not even an exaggeration. This man is a god at this point, bruh. There's nothing that can take him. Now, y'all see how crisp he look in this series? Remake, bruh. The remake had great animations on everything else. You see how super anime these kids are? So people, y'all know math, let's do it. If 2 + 2 is 4, and 5 + 5 is 10, what in the hoppin' halitosis is this? This don't even look like the same show and they dared overlap it. Jesus Christ, it gives me a headache to look at. You're not a real fan if you're not ready to brawl on hand. I can't believe this got a season 2. Cartoon Downgrades Part 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this was 2003, but it gives me 90s cartoon vibes. Because this theme slaps as if it was the 90s. I'm gonna tell you one thing, I struggled to make the actual video because I kept going back to sing the theme. I love being a turtle. What about fast forward? What was I thinking? Fast forward is so not yesterday. The 2012 version, I really did like. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this series. It was funny, lighthearted, and everybody had a great plot line when it came down to the show and its development. It was played up for kids, but still came out to be something that teenagers can enjoy as well. Sure, the 2014 version of them were actually giant hulks out of nowhere, but I mean, I enjoyed the movie. They were ugly as hell. Rewatched this movie just for the elevator scene, because it slapped, because these are my friends. In my opinion, Rise is a straight downgrade, and I'll tell you why in a second. They made Raph the leader. Mikey gives more smart advice than anyone else on the team. Do you see the teeth? And Donnie at some angles looks like Osmosis Jones. My lord. Cartoon Downgrades Part 5. Teen Titans! So much about life from this show, man. One of my favorite episodes is when Robin has to train to beat this dude. When it came down to the final test, Robin wanted to give up.
What's the point of fighting my way up the mountain when someone else is just going to come up the easy way?
There is always going to be someone who does things the easy way. But that should not stop you from doing things the right way.
Spitting straight facts! I challenge anyone to find flaws with this show. It was top tier for a reason, and we put it on that pedestal because it deserved it. But Teen Titans Go, bruh! I swear the creator just wanted to piss off everyone in creation with this show. This is my exact face every time I see this show on TV. This show has 6 seasons of straight booty. The only thing I will give this show is that they actually have good songs. I would be straight lying if I didn't say Catching Villains was a slap. Pyramid Mummy Money All I want is you. But that's not saving this show. Who's trying to learn about equity at 10 years old? Get out of here. Cartoon Downgrades, Part 6, Scooby-Doo. We have all loved this dog. See, I grew up watching the original Scooby-Doo series, like the 1969 version, and it was pretty good to me back then. You know, outrageous giant food, crazy door shenanigans, and finally unmasking the bad guy. To be honest, I think this dog has overstayed his welcome. This dog has had so many reboots. You had the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, Pup named Scooby-Doo, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue. We do Mystery Incorporated. In my wholehearted opinion, I'm telling you this now, the best to me out of all of these shows had to be What's New Scooby-Doo. It had everything you wanted out of a Scooby-Doo show. It was episodic, it was funny, and it finished out and wrapped up everything in one episode. New movie was a joyless cash grab. It had a useless superhero plot. Is he dabbing? What? And Shaggy's voice actor was trash. Oh no, this is garbage. Oh my god! Wow, Cartoon Downgrades, Part 7! Beyblade! Whoever made this show was an unspoken genius, because who would have thought a show about top spinning in a plastic dome would get this popular? One thing I actually hated about playing this game in real life was that if someone had a better Beyblade than you, you just lost. And if it wasn't even your fault, it was because they had a motor in it. Seriously, kids of this generation will never understand the time it took for us to put this BS together. Then you had your ripcord and your plastic domes and all the rest of the type of stuff, and they would be this size. Friends who had better OddParents would buy this bullshit monstrosity. Then this unaerodynamic piece of garbage will plow through everything. To be real with you, I didn't really watch the original series. Those of you who watched it know it was fire. To be real, Metal Fusion was all the hype. Oh my god. And I've heard mixed reviews about Burst Rise, but more good than bad. Can someone please explain to me the concept of bay wheels? This was the stupidest idea possible. These people seriously took this idea and ran with it just because kids will buy anything. Just put a line behind it, they'll buy it. It's about that time. Cartoon Downgrades, Part 8! Regular show. This show isn't in the top 10 of your favorite cartoons for all time. I don't know what you're doing with your life. This show is just full of wild moments, man. So many to quote. We all remember when Rigby cheated at arm wrestling. So the only plausible thing to do is for Skips to murder the hell out of him. Put this man through a table! This is the clock song, setting on the clock strong. Ham boning. The hurt on him. I think he wants you to put the hurt on him. You think he wants me to put the hurt on him? Yes, I do. Who knew screaming "oh" would be just so satisfying? Oh! Every time I see Pops now, I just want to cry. So I got the chance to watch Close Enough, which is basically an adult regular show. Got Josh here, who's basically Mordecai mixed with Fry from Futurama. And then there's Emily, who's essentially just hot Eileen. And the show is essentially them trying not to be shit parents while they live with a divorced couple for some reason. It's not bad, but it's not regular show. It hikey just makes me want to go back and watch the original show. Close enough. Downgrades, Part 9. Family Guy. See, this family has been a part of my life and my childhood for as long as you can remember. I know this show is supposed to be considered a downgrade of The Simpsons, but to be real with you, if it's not a Treehouse of Horror episode, I'm not watching this. You gotta love more the aspect of the dark humor that Family Guy presents, the constant character references. In fact, this is the only show I know where a grown man could fully beat a child, full on fart on his own daughter, get into a Johnson measuring contest with his own infant son and still lose. Continue to laugh at the constant abuse of Meg. Why? Because our barbaric nature finds it funny. People really like the Cleveland show? This show was just made to give Cleveland a family. I cringed every time this character spoke or was on screen. His daughter's whole character trait is just being a thought. Wow, Cleveland Brown Jr. is fat. Didn't think I'd hear that for the 17th time. Everyone in this show was sus. Man, this show pimped out Kanye for more black viewers than Donald Trump ever will. Thank you, Thanos, you're awesome. Takes me back. Cartoon Downgrades, Part 10. Fairly OddParents. These two were the worst parents in all of creation. Because of their neglect, he got the coolest parents anyone can ever ask for. See, Timmy know how to wish. I'm sure this man's made some bad wishes in the past, and a lot of them have blown up in his face. I mean, super toilet, what is that? Man wish for bitches. But not just bitches. Cookies and bitches. First thing I would have done was wish this crap off his face. Good God almighty, Chip Skylark is a national treasure. My man's got kidnapped one time, and they were about to burn the city down looking for him. Golly, I forgot how bad the Tooth Fairy was. I love Poof, but everything after him was terrible. Then he got a magic dog named Sparky. that somehow was also owned by Crocker. Good golly, this dog was annoying. He was just there to grant Timmy more wishes, but in a dumber way. Bruh, then he just disappeared out of nowhere. Then he has to share his fairies with his neighbor. Please tell me, how does Fairy World run out of fairies? Bruh, Poof can talk now. Just give Chloe him.